the cliff and make a bomb sound on the bottom. You know, you can't kind of forget.
Yeah, this would be interesting.
You can't unring a bell.
Well, Carlotta's fine because he's convinced she was framed. So,
Can I introduce this yet, or are we gonna keep going?
sorry, go ahead.
Well, welcome to the random chaos that apparently is the Story Speakers Guild, and we are here to bring you roleplay entertainment. And tonight, that comes in the form of Saturday by Night. Welcome.
Good evening.
Welcome, welcome.
All I know is my craving for blood.
Hello, all.
Fear the bird. Oh wait, wrong game.
I mean, if you were a Gangrel, maybe. But you know, a useful one.
Damn.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Of course there is. I've met plenty of useful Gangrel. I met one who would tear the throats out of werewolves to kill them. That was very useful.
I bet you just claws for that. Protein is a wonderful thing.
It sure is. That reminds me, there's another beautiful thing that you have access to, Cappy, that I think you are undervaluing.
Oh?
Animalism.
I'm undervaluing about it because I know I haven't been using the Scraggle as much. So I need to use him more. What am I missing?
Well, I mean, I think you've been doing a good, well, it's been kind of in and out, but lately you're starting to pick up with Scraggles again. So, like, that's been pretty good. But even, you know, like, as you're out and about doing things, you know, even in the city, there's animals, right? There's rats and bugs and stuff like that. And you
Little
can
spies,
sometimes,
yeah.
yeah, exactly, little spies. Just something to think about. I just wanted to throw it out there.
Yeah, definitely.
The wonderful thing about Gangrel. Gangrel are wonderful things.
Well, technically, you know, Gangrel carry their spies in them in the form of fleas.
Well, I think Victor may have scrubbed his fleas out.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I have fleas anymore.
Anymore.
Not
I
in
mean,
my house.
considering where they lived before, he probably did have bugs of some sort. Yeah, your guest room may have got a bit tossing around with me and Scraggles having a little fun in there, since I have access to my coyote form.
So, last time we were together, you guys, well, there have been some side scenes in between, but for the last time that we were all kind of in a big group together, you guys had gone to investigate Santos. But as you were kind of on your way to do that, like you had pretty much reached the property. I think Ryan realized, or I should say Joseph realized somebody was watching in the shadows, and you guys engaged in combat with them. They were a little bit pissed at Victor.
And then a bunch of stuff after that happened. I met with some people, learned some things. Took Cappy out to see what it meant to be a Gangrel. He did some things. And then Cappy, Devil, and me got into the police station.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
What did I call it? The triple T?
Yep, the triple T.
We were instead of private investigators. I don't remember why we were the triple T, but I know Cappy was the nose.
We all had names with T in it.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
that's right. You all gave stupid fucking names.
Except for me. I didn't.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name I gave now.
I don't remember, but it was like the most like unbelievable shit. It was great. Wish I had taken better notes on that game.
That's the one. That's the game I missed, right?
Well, that was the Saturday of the stream.
Yeah, that was like a side scene, not exactly like main story.
Oh,
I don't think you've missed too much of a main story, really. With the way things have gone, I was trying to keep us like, doing stuff, but not getting like way far ahead without everybody here.
the last
I took notes.
main story aspect that I had notes on was Bob saying that he was going to try and represent his clan on the council.
Okay, so did you also miss the game where they went to investigate Santos?
I don't have anything on that, so I assume so.
Okay,
Yes, he did. He was not here for the fight.
okay. I was trying to remember, but
Was that the weekend of the Halloween party on the 2nd or 1st?
It was one of the ones you were gone, Torn. I know that.
I do think it was around Halloween, yeah.
Okay.
So, you guys wake up and it's cold. It's been cold, unusually cold, unfortunately cold. Tonight it's no different. It's dark. I mean, even darker than just the normal winter night. It's overcast. At least it's not snowing. Go ahead and make rouse checks.
I did. I'm hungry.
I already did. I'm hungry.
I'm hungrier.
Oh, let me use mine. Or make mine, I should say.
Jessica's hungry. Bob's hungry.
Out of curiosity, would I have had time to feed from my menagerie?
Yeah. Yeah, you would.
Okay.
We're gonna say this is a week since the last time we were together.
Carlotta's
Oh, man.
hungry.
Yeah.
We're gonna be a
This
bloody
cold
bastard.
night. This cold night has your cold bodies stiff. And as you get up, the beast rumbles through your body, your stomach growling. You feel the itch, the urge to hunt.
So as I get up, and I'm feeling the hunger's upon me. I'm sitting here at 3 hunger.
Yeah, you are indeed hungry. You wish for something to warm your soul.
Indeed. So I start putting on work clothes.
Okay.
You know, what is it? A khaki shirt, right?
No, khaki pants and a polo shirt.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I wear. And then I'm gonna throw 3 hoodies on. and I'm gonna head over to the free clinic for a drink.
I'm gonna wake up and put on my normal, skirt and tank top with a gigantic, oversized scarf because fuck cold.
I'd get my usual clothes on. Definitely have a coat on. Because it's cold out, and we walk around without it, it'd look weird. I'd take Straggled with me. We'd go out. Since I'm feeling a little bit hungry, I think I might wander out to the woods for a little fun before we gotta gather up. Thankfully, I'm only at 2 hunger, so one good hunt should do it if I don't get hungry when I shift.
Could have been me the other night and been like beasting out.
You were beasting out indeed. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to be hungry, Cappy. So keep that in, like, if you don't necessarily want to go hunting, 2 hunger isn't terrible. It isn't really until you're like 3 and 4 that it's gonna start, but really at 4 it's gonna start bugging badly.
My
Well, it's actually
stigmata
more about
kicked
the
in.
fun than the hunger for him right now.
Okay.
I got so hungry I was bleeding out my pores.
Storyteller, what would you like me to roll for appropriateness for what I'm doing, so that I don't do a big scene of it?
You can do either charisma or manipulation with what's it called? Persuasion. Duh. I could not find it on the sheet. Yeah, so I mean, this is, a very standard thing for you. You're pretty easily able to look among the usual clients that are around and pick up on one who, based on your, the past experiences you've had with him, you know that he would fit nicely into the type of meal that you're looking for. And so you're able to take him into your office, and you kind of already have a relationship with him, and so he's comfortable around you, and you're able to feed successfully. As long as you don't take too much, there's no big fuss to this.
I'm removing 2 dots of hunger, and then I will wipe his mind of the experience.
Do you spend any extra time at the clinic, like taking extra patients, or do you just kind of stop in for the single?
I see one more.
Okay. So you'll probably gather with everybody a little bit later unless everybody's kind of busy.
Not a problem.
Okay, and then I had Cappy running out to the woods. Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna do a rouse check to see if I get hungry when I shift. Sweet, I don't.
You do not. The beast was itching enough at you earlier. You're able to do this. Your blood is already pumping.
Yep. I don't necessarily hunt. I just kind of roll around with Scraggles, kind of run to the forest, just kind of have a little bit of fun. Might hunt, might not. I haven't decided yet. Just currently having too much fun to care.
Okay. So you're really just enjoying nature. You're hearing the crunch of the snow under your feet. It's cold, but your fur keeps you warm. And you're able to enjoy the night. The moon doesn't really shine tonight, but your vision's good enough that you're still able to see well and chase Scraggles around.
What is Scraggles?
Coyote,
Okay, thank you.
which is what I am as well, since that chose that form.
Be careful. You might get shot because you're a dog.
Is there anything anybody else is doing as they wake up?
Victor does his usual, calls for Jameson to bring him breakfast while he performs his ablutions and gets dressed.
Okay.
I assume that I might have replaced my cell phone that I crushed.
If you spend a point of resources, yeah.
You should explain to him that that's temporary.
Well, yeah, that's temporary. So basically, with resources, it kind of represents like levels of wealth. And so when you do something that's a little more expensive, then I might say that you have like spent a point or 2 points, whatever, of resources. All that really means is that for, I think it's the next month, that amount of your resources is already tied up with that thing. So like it could be big, like you remodel a house for whatever reason, and you might tie up, 2 points of resources, 3 points of resources, where you're not really going to have a whole lot of money. Like if you're going around, you're not going to be able to buy expensive meals and, Uber all over the place.
I just want a track phone. Something that if I destroy it again because I get frustrated, it's like $30.
Oh, okay. So you're not getting, like a smartphone or anything. Originally, you had talked about like a higher technology phone. So if it's just something like that, then you're.
But then it was pointed out to me that probably wouldn't work for me anyway.
That is true.
Hell, if there's actual hardline phones, I might go use one of those to call Bob's house to find out what the heck's going on lately.
Do you mean like a landline?
Yes.
I think that still has the same issue because it's about the actual like recording technology picking up your voice. So it's not necessarily about it being like wireless or anything like that.
Okay.
It's really when things try to record your image or your voice, it's very difficult for them to do it. So it doesn't necessarily matter the level of technology.
Okay, then I will get my track phone and try and call Bob. And you made me roll some.
Work better for you.
All right, texting.
You're
Yes,
still gonna need to roll though.
I know. I'm scared. Which roll was that?
That would probably be let's see, intelligence and technology. Oh, jeez. When we looked over this, wasn't it like a difficulty of 2 plus something?
Bane severity.
That's right. So you type the text, but every time you try to send it, it just keeps failing. So sorry.
Torin, this is why we got a ghoul.
But he's a cat, so I gotta summon the caddy to get him, though, right?
That's why I live with mine.
Yeah, keep a tighter leash on your ghouls, Torin.
It's a ghoul friend. You have to live with them, you know.
Okay, I want to go out and flag down a cabbie, anyone, and say, I want this guy to come pick me up, and I show the car.
Oh my god.
I
Are
can,
you
I
are
can
you at
tell a
least trying
cabbie
to
to do
find
that.
somebody of the same
Company, yes.
cab company? Okay. I think that would be very smart. So
That's kind of a
for-
dick move, though.
it
Hey,
really is.
Cabby! Cabby!
Stop,
No, I don't
stop.
want you! Can you call this guy?
And
But
I can
he's
tell
a
that guy to
priest.
do it.
He's a priest, so I think he's at least got a better shot at that. But I'll have you go ahead and do like a wits and awareness.
What's in what?
Awareness. It's on the right side towards the top.
You want to click awareness and then tell it to use wits.
Oh.
Scraggles is oh, I forgot his name. Cappy is what is it, Rick? I want to say.
Yeah, Rick's coyote ghoul.
Yeah, it's his coyote companion. Wow, look at that. So you are able to flag down an appropriate cabbie, and I will have you roll either charisma or manipulation and persuasion to get him to perform this call for you. But it will be a little bit easier because you're a priest, and maybe it's for good reason.
Persuasion and what?
Persuasion with either charisma or manipulation, depending on whether you want to try to be more like just generally friendly, or if you're kind of like guilt tripping him into that. Okay, yeah. So you are able to convince him. And so he'll go ahead and he'll call your cabbie for you.
I give
he'll
him
show up at-
$5 just for giving me the time of day and helping me out. This is my gift to you. That way you don't have to claim it for taxes.
well, thank you, man. I hope you have a good day.
Drive safe. And I wait for my ghoul to Robbie.
Indeed. Robbie shows up about 15 minutes later.
Torin should get a messenger pigeon to send to him. I mean, that's like how the Camarilla are communicating with each other now, right? Like messenger pigeons and shit.
I think it's just like they're sending couriers and stuff like that. Or just fucking postal mail, maybe.
I bet you there's Nosferatu sending like messenger pigeons and rats and shit.
Oh, probably, yeah. But not everybody is necessarily going to want to work with the Nosferatu either.
We need a Nosferatu. Hey, Cappy, if we kill you, you should make a Nosferatu.
If you do, though, I am teaching you to play a Nos, right? The Nos is my people.
A Nos is the original type of vampire from the movies, right? The old black and whites.
There was an old movie called Nosferatu, but I don't know that was like the original like movie.
Okay. So yes, I asked my new friend Robbie to take me to the address that Bob.
You really have trouble with technology, huh?
Yes, see this, and I show him my phone. I have the message here, but when I try to send it, it wasn't working. Maybe I got a cheap phone. I don't know. Perhaps you have better ideas on how I might get a hold of you.
Uh, well, I mean, is there any technology that you are good?
I suppose if there's a button that shocks you on a collar or something, that might work, and I laugh.
Yeah.
Phones just don't seem to work for me. I don't know if I'm all thumbs.
Maybe like a pager or something would work better for you.
Ah, that might. I will have to look about getting one of those later. Thank you. Good suggestion, Robbie. Here, have some blood. Okay.
I would suggest not doing that
I'm
while he's
teasing.
driving. Yeah. So, where am I taking you?
I give him the address to the manor of
Victor.
Victor. Yeah.
Oh, nice area.
Yeah. See, I like to have one person I trust to drive. He has one person that he trusts to hear his confession.
I guess that makes sense. That's something private. Want
Indeed.
somebody that you can trust in.
It is indeed. If you ever have anything you would like to confess, I am about as good a wall as it gets.
I confess that the
Well-
person who lives next to this guy is crazy. She handed me a $20. Oh, no.
That's not really my thing, but thanks.
So yeah, I just do the small chat with him, find out what he might know that's going on in town, what he hears from, just I try to pick up anything that might draw my.
You mean you're trying to pick up anything from him or like general surrounding?
Well, anything that may be directly impacting him. I now have an interest in him and things that might be associated with him. Kind of like my niece. I'm take this one under my wing, and if I have to go and use my arms of Armand on something, I'm going to.
Okay, so kind of figuring out how his life is going, if there's like anything weighing on his mind, kind of.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, you chat. He talks about he has an older daughter who, just left the house, starting college. His wife, is working as a teacher or whatever. Just kind of a normal sounding life. I mean, they worry about the bills sometimes, but they've always made it work, and they can't do a lot, but they're kind of helping their daughter through college. Basic stuff. Couple annoying neighbors, but nothing terrible.
Well, which college did she go to, and what's she studying? I go and I do work out at Lyon. and I do Loyola in Georgetown.
She goes to Lewis University, actually. She isn't totally sure if she knows that she wants to stick with it, but for right now, she's studying sociology.
Excellent. I know lots of things about sociology. If she ever wants to discuss it, I am here. I work I work as part of the Department of Human Service for the Diocese of Chicago, so I have pretty good handle on that sort of thing. If she needs any recommendations or something like that, let me know.
Oh, funny how life works like that. I'll let her know. I know she's been unsure about exactly where this might take her. So if nothing else, even just, hearing about what some of the students you've worked with have gone on to do might help her to get some direction.
Indeed. Well, you know where I live, so if you want to bring her by one night, just let me know. Oh, what is your daughter and wife's name? How rude of me for not asking.
Damn it, Torn. His daughter's name is Emily, and his wife's name is
Laura?
no. We'll say his wife's name is Karen.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the conversation, however long it takes us to get across town to the rich part.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to get out of him before I kind of move on to see if anybody else has anything?
No, not if he doesn't volunteer it yet. He's relatively new. I don't want to get too intrusive, so to speak, and yeah.
Okay. I mean, he also does express interest in the things that you're doing, right? Like, he definitely has a more positive relationship towards you since you had him have some of your blood. So, um, it's not that conversation dies or anything. There's just not anything else, like, particularly notable that really comes out of it. It's just kind of like, "Oh, yeah, I had some beer with my buddies the other day, blah, blah, blah," like, nothing really
Yep,
big.
I'm good. Thank you.
Cool. So, Bob, I have a question for you. Because you have been kind of referring to your staff just bringing you people that you can feed from, but you don't have like herd or anything like that. So I'm wondering how you're getting this supply.
Well, on nights that we're not doing anything, Victor's been known to throw parties, have guests over. Carlotta's been helpful, sending him, different singers or bands to come perform. Uh, not obviously not on her level, but just local talent to come, and he throws parties, and he has uh, Jameson go through, and when he finds the proper what's the word I'm looking for? The proper meal, I guess.
Victim.
Yeah.
Delicacy.
He invites them to stay.
Okay. So if you're going to be having kind of regular parties, then I'd say part of that would be tying up a point of your resources to kind of have that. If you want to kind of have a regular stream of people coming in to party and hang with you that you can kind of take advantage of, that costs you some money. Nothing crazy, but it's not cheap either to have a party like that.
I gotcha.
And then I would say you're still going to need to do a roll because it's not like this is, like your herd where, like they're committed to, being able to feed you. So, like, you don't need to, like convince them or put any real effort into being able to feed on them. This is a little bit different. So I will have you do a persuasion with either charisma or manipulation. That's your choice.
Oh, I rolled the wrong one, and I thought I'd grab persuasion instead of performance. All right, let me try it again.
You want the beast? Man, the beast wants to come out. I see it twice now.
Yeah, right. It's because he's kind of hungry.
Oh yeah, by the way, I meant to ask you because when I did my rouse check, it said I had 3 hunger. I was supposed to fill in 3 dots on my character sheet, right?
No. Basically, if you fail your rouse check, you gain 1 hunger.
Unless you have a flaw that makes you hungrier, right?
I don't think there are many flaws that do that.
Yeah, I don't think I know of one that does that.
Okay. I just figured Victor'd have to think about one gangrel.
There is the higher blood potency you have, the more dots you have, basically. Which kind of sucks because the higher blood potency you get, the more you have to kill people in order to satisfy blood. But yeah.
You do, but you also get to reroll all kinds of dice on higher level disciplines and rouse your stats even higher, and it's a trade-off. Harder to feed, but a much stronger vampire.
So like the vampire in Blade Trinity when they dug him up in Egypt. Really powerful, but he ate everyone.
Well, he ain't fed in center. I imagine he was famished.
So, a real question for you, Mr. Bridgeford. How much do you take?
Just enough to sate the beast. Because I only have 1 dot because last time I fed, I fed till I was no longer hungry. So I had 0 dots. Right?
So, okay, then you can't feed to go down unless you kill Bob.
And why do you have 3 hunger dice there then?
Because he thought that he rolled a 3 and that increased his hunger to 3.
Oh, right. So you actually only had 1.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So unless you kill her, you're not going to be able to do anything about that hunger.
Oh, okay. Well then, never mind. I wouldn't even bother feeding them. If
Okay.
that's just normal.
We'll say that you just use this to kind of keep up appearances.
Yeah, just enough so I don't look pale.
Well, you don't necessarily have to feed. I just mean you threw the party, you had girls stay, just to kind of keep up appearances.
Oh, right. I gotcha. And then send them on their merry way.
Okay. Anybody else? I know.
On the bright side, you no longer need to blow a blood to keep your appearance up.
Yeah, that is nice.
I mean, I've got feeding to do from animals.
The damn
Yay.
horse you brought home.
That damn horse that I
Oh my
just.
God, I kind of forgot about that until just now.
Wow.
Oh.
Speaking of which, Victor, lately there's been like horses around in the yard. And...
There was also a notable amount of construction.
Yeah.
It hasn't been as peaceful as usual. It also kind of smells.
And this is coming from Jessica's house?
I'm not sure if you actually know exactly where she lives, but you could probably take a guess that it actually is not coming from her house, right? Because didn't she buy another property?
Oh, yeah, that's right, she did.
So this is actually not coming from her house, but it is a neighboring house of hers.
On the other side.
Yes.
I forgot you bought an entirely separate house for the horse.
Pure Malkavian fun.
Wow, and nobody in this neighborhood is going to say anything to the police about.
Throws really good parties sometimes.
Plus, I mean, she's probably commanding the most money in the neighborhood besides, other people in the neighborhood who manage her resources.
That's my point. Like, things are pretty nice at her house. Like, nobody's gonna complain too much as long as, like she's not bringing down the value of the property or anything. I mean, right now it's temporary disruption, they say.
Just temporary. It's fine.
Horses are good.
Yeah, I mean, where else are you gonna find all these horses in Chicago? This is great. This is an investment opportunity, in fact.
Indeed.
I fucking love Malkavians. Okay, so is everybody generally heading towards Mr. Bridgeford's house, since that has kind of become the general meeting place, or is somebody else does anybody else need to get something done?
After I finish session, I'll head there.
Right.
And
everyone-
eventually head there after running around the forest for a little bit.
I would like to say that during my week, I went and had dinner with my neighbor Rebecca.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
on that
helps.
Thursday.
Actually, I forgot. Carlotta was already there from us, getting away from those other guys.
Well, Mom, it's been some time since that.
Oh, then never mind. Carlotta's on her way there.
I mean, unless you want to be living with him for a while.
Well, if it turns... Damn you, son. Now I think I will move in. Hold on to Raj.
Okay, so you guys trickle in. Carlotta is one of the first to arrive. She settles in to have a good chat with Victor before the rest of the people join. But Jessica isn't far behind. She lives so close. And then I'd say probably Father Torin would show up. And then Rick and Joseph probably arrive similar times and last.
I Diablerize everyone who doesn't speak.
Now I was gonna say,
What?
I
I speak to
suppose
the
that'd be
doorknob.
nice and be my human form as I came in instead of coming as my coyote form. Don't want to figure out the butler too much.
Did you clean up after your little run through nature, or are you coming in on a...
Coming in dirty.
Alright. Clothed?
And clothed, but dirty.
Okay.
Father Torrin comes in a new set of clothes because he done bled through all his other ones.
Damn.
Indeed.
Jessica just shows up in her normal outfit that looks really out of place for how cold the thing is, except for the scarf, which usually looks out of place for how warm it is. And she takes a while to talk to the doorknob. You know, exchange pleasantries, that sort of stuff.
As I come in, I make the butler forget that he saw me.
Also, carrying Squirrel on shoulder.
Okay. As you talk to the doorknob, oh, it's so nice for someone to actually stop and have a chat with me. You know, usually everybody, they just use me and move my right on.
That sounds very abusive.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but it's certainly lonely. But it is good to give everybody access to get inside and get warm on these cold...
Yes, but I figure, you know, you probably got lonely, so I'd stop and talk. You were a great help last time, and you know, everybody deserves a turn.
Oh my god.
Well, I really appreciate that. What are you here for today?
I have no idea.
Oh, well, that's always exciting.
I know, right? It's like a fortune cookie with a pineapple inside. You never expect it, but it's always great.
I can't say that I understand the experience.
No, you kind of have to have hands for that one. But, I mean, you've had a lot of hands, haven't you?
Yeah, but none that I get to keep.
Mm. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
You're so kind.
Wow. Bob's got a doorknob house that talks. Yes.
So, any secrets I should be knowing? You know, yeah. You don't get to share much. You might as well take this opportunity.
Oh, I don't know if I can share the secrets of the house.
Oh, I wasn't just saying the secrets of the house. I mean, the people who come and go. The secrets of the house can stay secret.
Well, there is one person here, and they're not like the rest. I mean, he pretends he is, but he's not. I
Oh,
don't
really?
exactly understand who he's working with, though. I have kind of a limited experience.
Hmm. That
But I
does
could tell
sound
his
interesting.
loyalties are split.
Hmm. Split loyalties, you say? Well, that's a great secret to share. We'll talk more next time. It's going to be great. You can tell me all the things you've always wanted to tell people, and we can be best friends.
Oh, that'd be great!
Yes!
You should
And,
get inside, though. It's really cold.
I will high five the knob and then head inside.
I don't know how it reacts. You feel a little bit of extra warmth as you do it. That's the best thing I can think of how it
All
could
right.
respond with no hands.
Wow.
Like directs a little extra warmth where your palm touches.
I'm still gonna leave that one.
I love Malkavians. Okay. Anybody else have any kind of interesting things before they arrive? Otherwise, I think it might be a good time to start talking about your plans for the night.
Wait, we were supposed to have plans?
Well, I mean, you don't have to, but you know, I kind of figure you're getting together for something.
So yeah, I come in unannounced again because, you know, I keep making the guy forget who would announce me.
I mean, I'm not sure that they'd continue to announce you guys every time unless you particularly asked for it, as you guys become, standard guests around the house. They'd probably just open the door for you, see if you need anything, and then let you find your way unless you ask to be accompanied.
I don't know, I feel like Bob's the kind of guy who wants to know everyone entering his house, Laura.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. I guess it's really up to you, Victor. I'm sorry. I should leave you to speak for how the staff behaves in your house.
Oh, they're very proper. They announce everyone.
Well, they never
Yeah.
announce him.
And there's a little anteroom right off the entrance where guests are asked to wait until Mr. Bridgeford invites them.
Including these guests?
Yes.
I've
Okay,
never
I'm
seen
just
that.
never found in that room.
Yeah.
Just hands down, I'm somewhere else if I'm waiting.
Yeah, so kind of the typical is that Joseph just fucking walks in, and every time you're just like, God damn it. What did he do? And Jessica is often, as she said, or he said, walking around because she just doesn't stay put when she's told to.
Wow. I need new friends.
The Father Torin, on the other hand, does the exact polite, proper thing and waits in your waiting.
I'd be waiting in there too, but I'd probably be getting things dirty because I'm not exactly clean coming in.
Highs or lows, Cappy?
Highs.
Ooh.
You didn't break anything today.
Yeah, Cappy, I thought you were living with me.
I am the guest, but I gotta walk over here to the main building.
Yeah, you said all guests. Technically, he's a guest in this house. So it's up to you if you want to lift that requirement for him.
Yeah, if they're living on the property, no, they don't. It doesn't apply to them.
All right. So
Alright.
he just tracks mud through your house.
I shake my head when I see the gangrel step through all Pigpen style.
God damn it.
I'd be like looking for the maids, like they're gonna come after him again with those toilet cleaners and stuff to get him all cleaned.
I go to the main room where we're all gonna be anyway, and I just flop a seat. I'm on the couch.
You leave a big wet spot from all the snow.
Probably.
I'm glad you qualified that wet spot.
I mean, could be other stuff, but at least from the snow.
It would be
I'm not
red
that
if it was
bad.
other stuff.
I'm not
I
that
guess that's
bad.
true. Unless it says coyotes.
Straggles knows to
Coyote
behave.
is.
Oh my.
Yeah, the beasts don't come in the house.
I guess he's outside then, or back in the guest room.
I also have my bag with Oogie on me as I come walking in.
Does Oogie count as a beast?
I mean, does it matter? I told you, I just walked the fuck in.
I guess that's true, yeah. So as Joseph walks in, you know, like how for a while it was kind of the style for women to have the big purses that like little dogs would fit in. That's pretty much what Joseph is rocking right now. And there's a little Lhasa Apso in there with an underbite.
I know what that looks like too, because our dog has one.
Joseph, why do you have a retarded dog under your
There is nothing wrong with my dog. It's
At
better
least it's
trained than
clean.
your dog.
And it looks clean.
I can't argue with you.
I encourage Oogie to activate awe.
Oh, it's so cute. Can I hold it?
Do you say that?
Yep.
I let Father Torin hold Oogie.
I just kind of chat with the pup while I'm sitting there.
What kind of pup is Oogie?
A Lhasa Apso with an underbite.
I just realized something horrible.
What?
If you ever try to sell your dog, you'd be hawking a Oogie.
Oh my god.
So Father Torin, as you hold him and look into his eyes, he is really fucking adorable. Like, you would kind of want to do anything for this dog almost.
Yep. Well, I am now protective of this dog because it looks at me. I like it. I get distracted and don't even pay attention to nobody else in the room.
You can roll to resist it if you don't like it, though. But I figured since it's just a puppy being adorable, we didn't need to go through all the motions.
No, it's just adorable. I look at Joseph and I look back at the dog and I wonder to myself, what did Joseph do to get such a cute dog to tolerate?
Yeah, no kidding.
I believe the answer is in Malkavian.
It is.
I'm like, he probably dominated the poor creature, but you know, to each his own.
Can't dominate.
It's still
at all.
fucking adorable.
Torin, when dominate comes in the form of animals, it's called animalism.
Okay.
That's what I was talking with Cappy about.
Yeah, like I said, Rick just kind of growling off and now just kind of having a chat with the dog. Well,
No,
the
you're
dog's
not.
chatting back, I don't know.
You don't get to talk to the dog because you're disgusting and dirty, and you might get this precious little thing dirty. Go wash yourself first.
Dirty with words.
I wasn't aware I had to hold the pup to have a conversation with him.
Well, if you want to actually have them pay attention to you, yeah. Maybe that's the problem. Hey, Joseph, maybe if you held the coyote more often, you communicate better with each other.
I'm not a coyote right now, so I don't think that'd work. And my coyote is loyal to me, and I don't. It would listen to Joseph anyway.
Oh, I bet I could get your coyote to listen if I wanted.
I don't think so.
Why are you two still sniping at each other? I thought you went off and had this bonding trip or whatever it was supposed to have been, where you could learn to tolerate each other better.
Just because we can tolerate each other doesn't mean we're not going to take snips at each other every now and then.
He failed.
I wouldn't call it failing. I had a nice conversation with some gangrel.
I took you to talk to wolves, and you proved you were a dog.
I didn't bro a dog. I thought that was a wolf.
Oh wait. So what you're saying, Joseph, is you gave him the opportunity to be at the top of the canine food chain, and he chose not to be. He's
Yeah.
deluded.
He chose to be a dog. Not only that, but
Okay.
the type of dog that rolls over and gives its belly to anyone.
I don't think so.
What are you talking about?
Other than that myself, I wasn't aware talking to him was equal to rolling over. Well, confused on that one myself.
Did you talk from a position of strength, or did you cower like you do to Joseph? That's what Father Torrance states it bluntly, not meanly, just matter of.
I didn't cower. It was equal footing and had a nice conversation.
I glance at Joseph.
He gave the belly. I'll leave it at that.
I didn't give the belly. Besides,
Oh.
didn't you walk off? So how the hell would you know?
I don't go too far when I'm trying to teach a lesson.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of bellies, who wants a belly rub? And I start rubbing the dog belly.
I just kind of smile a little bit at that.
So what did you do?
I had a conversation with my fellow gangrel. Discussed things. They did ask me what loyalties lie, either the Camarilla with the Anarchs, with a difficult question to answer.
I'm just gonna take a seat over by where Father Torin is sitting with Oogie.
Oogie, oogie.
Every once in a while, he nibbles on your fingers, but you don't really mind. He's really cute.
I am careful to not allow my blood to go into this. I don't want to, what do you call it? I don't need to ghoul the dog by accident. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's not like biting where he's drawing blood. It's like the plague biting, you know.
Okay. Well, then I'm all for playing with the dog.
Either way, we have important things to discuss. Whether or not the dog failed.
I'm gonna randomly show up into the room at this point. Those broom closets are very interesting. The stories those broom closets tell.
I just shake my head.
You'll have to tell me more
Hey,
about
Jessica.
the broom closets later, Jessica.
Okay.
First, this scourge issue, though.
I should warn you, they're all dirty stories.
Those are the best stories, Jessica.
Oh, okay. Scourge issue. Yeah. I'm focused. Don't have to worry about me.
I mean, we were attacked last time we went to go check into... when we went to go check into Santos.
But was the attack actually part of our checking in, or was it something entirely different? The strings of fate say that it might not have been anything to do with what we were currently doing, so we had to do something else in order to prove that they weren't.
I agree. The problem is it still distracted us from the task at hand.
What task?
Figuring out what Santos has been doing.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I was distracted.
I know. Nonetheless, I met some interesting contacts they brought to light to me that Santos has been doing jobs for the Anarchs as well as the Camarilla. And that we already know somebody that they've worked for. If I had to assume, it is, what's her name again? Oh, I made her...
The zoo lady?
Who was she? Oh, yeah. Veronica, that's right. She's the only one beneath the dog. What's beneath the dog?
Well, another dog, usually.
We're talking status right now, not how you make more dogs.
Weasels.
Weasels? I like that. She can be a weasel.
But weasels are adorable.
You're right, weasels are adorable.
How about a rat?
No,
A rat that feeds off of the dropped
But
bits that the dog's eating from?
But you see, I can't be against rats. They were used to help us figure out so much about human behavior.
Oh, nice.
is this really germane to the discussion we're attempting to have?
I mean, it might be, Victor. I don't know what will spring up in Jessica.
Always relevant.
Either way, we have a place to start looking. We could go back to the zoo if you guys want. Unless anybody has any better ideas, I of course am all ears.
When is the next monthly meeting that we are supposed to take Veronica? It might be better to investigate the zoo while she is out of the zoo. Yeah.
But is she in the doghouse?
But then, does that mean that you're no longer driving her? Because
No.
I think you would agree.
I would drive her, which would allow the rest of the team to go do what they do.
Okay, so you're thinking about basically splitting up if you wanted to do this. I mean, there's also the opportunity of going back and trying to, I think you guys were trying to get into her house and see if you could get any clues there, which you did not do, right?
Veronica.
These were attacked.
I thought we were trying to break into Santos's house.
Yes, I'm sorry, I should have clarified. So you guys are thinking about going to Veronica because Joseph got information that indicates that she is doing some work for the Anarchs. But there's also the option of breaking into her home and seeing, or, if you want to try to talk your way into her home, but that would probably be a little bit more risky. Trying to see if you can find any information directly at the source. So it's kind of whether you decide to talk to somebody that she's maybe been talking to, or you want to go directly to her.
Well, I'm pretty,
I'm sorry,
Cameron.
they. I'd like to clarify, Santos prefers to be referred to as they.
Well, if we're going to sneak into houses, I can break into houses and their electronics don't like me. And I don't like them. And I go back to playing with Oogie.
Well, that could be useful, or we could have Rick send one of his little animal friends into the house.
I could do that.
Can we make it a rat? Because rats are usually clean.
Rat would have been my choice anyway. They're small and they can get into spaces you wouldn't think possible.
I'm just gonna pet my squirrel.
Is that a euphemism?
No, I actually have a squirrel sitting on my shoulder.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's had a squirrel companion since last game, or
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
since
I,
last game.
has it
I
been
spent the
longer?
entire fight chasing this squirrel and making it my friend.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. It felt like longer ago. Maybe it's just because it's been kind of a lot of side scenes in between.
Well, yeah,
We
the
had that
last
25-hour thing.
Yeah. We almost raised $200.
Not bad.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, my company, the people who signed up with my company raised about 6,500 overall, and then my company matched, I think, another 2,000. So overall, almost $9,000.
Nice.
Anyway, sorry. Back to the story.
Well, if you want to infiltrate her house or the zoo, then I would recommend doing it during the time that she's across town.
For a second, I thought you were going to say, I recommend doing it during the day.
Well,
I mean, that wouldn't necessarily be impossible. It's just not going to be you guys that would be doing it. You'd have to recruit a more mortal companion, although some of you have.
Actually, I could do it. It just would take a delivery truck.
That's true. If you're very careful about how you do it, you could potentially pull it off. But most kindred aren't going to take that risk. Although you're also a Malkavian, so who knows?
Sanity. Who needs it?
so what we gotta do is hire a ninja.
Just gonna look over towards our resident, Joseph.
He has been quiet.
Oh, I was off in my own head. What was going on?
It's something about a ninja.
Why are we hiring ninjas?
I don't know. We have our own, don't we?
Veronica's my bitch. Why are we hiring ninjas?
I don't know.
I think we were discussing maybe breaking into her house, so we kind of got off track for a minute, so I got a little lost, temporarily lost. My apologies there.
We don't need to break into her house.
We were off track?
You sounded like you were. Come on, ninjas and stuff. I don't know.
I'm never off track.
I'm distracted.
You
Because of
never
the
on
dog.
track either, but that's another matter.
I do multi-track drifting. Leave me alone.
We'll have a discussion about how people can't multitask later, Jessica.
What? Oh, people can't. Huh. Okay.
How dare you call me a people?
Define what you mean, or shit. Define what you mean by calling her, saying, God damn it, by saying she's.
You cut out. I'm sorry.
Wants to know what Joseph means by she's his bitch. Just what does that entail as far as controlling her for information?
Depends how scared she still is of me.
If she has been plotting against you while you're not around.
Well,
Well,
that's because I'm not around.
so why don't we use you as the chauffeur disguised on our next trip out to the other part of town? And then you could sit in the car with her and scare the crap out of her.
Because I have no interest in doing that.
And I will also remind you that could potentially deteriorate your relationship with her that you've been building.
Oh, yeah. See, that damn dog Oogie's all screwing my head up right now.
Oogie,
I
back
know,
into
right?
the bag.
He kind of runs a little bit away from you.
Aww. Good. What kind of treats does Oogie like so I have some?
I mean, the actual Lou, he likes CBD dog treats.
Wow.
So I guess that I give Oogie CBD dog treats because that's what I saw his owner had for him when I stole him.
Yeah, yeah. You still have a little bit of that box left, or container, you know. So
No
he comes
wonder
running
he's so
over.
mellow.
He comes running over once he sees it, and hops into the back.
That is a cute little dog you got there.
I look at Cappy. See, that's how you be cute. You should take the lesson.
I'm not made to be cute. I'm made to be vicious. Keep that in mind.
Can we return you for faulty, you know,
I just look at Jessica a minute, but don't say anything, and just shake my head. Fucking Mogavians.
false advertising? That's what. Yeah, right. Okay. I knew I was looking for a word. What was I saying?
You were saying
Are we going to see Veronica?
Sounds like that's what the plan is.
Because I hear people saying they're going to sit and wait for this to happen, wait for that to happen. As it is, you know, I've already uncovered some things about the prince that... You know, while I'm at it, why don't I share it? Jessica, you have those pictures from the morgue, right?
Yeah. I got them here. And she'll try to pull them up on her phone.
oh great, so I'm not gonna be able to understand what's on the phone.
If you
Yeah,
don't touch it, it's fine.
I know. I'm just being sarcastic in my own head right now. Goddamn fucking phones! Why can't we have Polaroids?
That wasn't very priestly of you.
Again, those are my inside thoughts.
Still not priestly.
Yeah, I'm not a priest anymore though. I just look like one.
I play one on TV.
Well, who's the pictures in the morgue shot?
Do you want to tell them?
The body we went to.
Sure. Yeah.
You-
It was the body of a, I believe, young woman. Naked because morgue. But she got bruising all over her body and kind of a wound on her neck that looks really weird.
This
It
is
was
the
Really weird how.
like it's not actual bite mark.
It looks as if somebody tried to make it look like she was fed on, but they didn't do a good job of it.
Basically, we're saying, Carlotta, we believe you.
Yeah.
Thank you
She-
very, very much.
This person died from internal bleeding, or abrasive insides, or being hit repetitively by something blunt in the stomach area.
Basically, she got the shit beat out of her.
Was a post-mortem done? Or
We have the recordings report. Yes, I picked that up before we left.
You took the what?
No, the copy of it actually.
We took pictures, I believe. We took pictures of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so what was
Thank
the
you.
coroner?
Thank you so much.
What does Carlotta have to do with this?
Well, I was accused of murdering this person.
The next thing, and this is really more Jessica who's putting this together. But Jessica, you told me you believe the prince is involved with this framing.
Yeah. It's it's sort of a thing that I'm noticing a pattern because there's sort of a connection between Carlotta and our lovely host with the impeccable doorknobs.
So, because Victor is entertaining being on the council to represent his clan. The prince is taking interest in it?
Possibly. It might be the prince, it might not be the prince, but there's definitely some political maneuvering going on here.
That would make sense and lines up with what Victor had felt when he hired me.
I think in this instance, the prince is either the perpetrator or a fellow victim.
So what about the bodyguard?
That reminds me of one more thing. I smash a fist down into Victor's table as hard as I can.
Okay.
Are you like trying to break it or?
I am mad. So, yes, I am.
Okay, I see him breaking stuff and go, yay! Can I do that too?
Jessica?
No.
No.
But
Joseph.
he got to!
Joseph, control yourself. What has you so agitated?
4 successes, storyteller.
I
Yeah.
look at Cappy's character. What did you do?
Don't look at me. I don't know why he's smashing the damn table.
Well, you're normally why he's mad, so that's why I'm just looking at you.
Let our
I don't-
storyteller speak, guys.
Sorry.
Yeah, so that table splinters under your fist and really underscores your angry face above it.
Why was I attacked by 3 Ventru?
Oh, I look at Victor because he's Ventru, right?
Yes.
Victor, your clan is attacking Joseph?
All of us. We all were attacked. You weren't hit
What?
that night, father.
Wait,
Oh, wow.
three of those guys were Ventru?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that one myself. I was too busy trying to avoid death and to keep the others from that as well.
I
Wasn't
wonder
paying
what the
attention to
other three
their,
were.
Pissed off, I do know that.
I'm certain I have no idea.
No idea, Victor. So, there are accounts of you killing several young girls? That's unfounded completely.
Absolutely.
Do I perceive that he's lying with my social skills?
I believe
You
that
can
would be
roll to
contested.
see that.
I would like to.
I would also like to. Believe that's wits and insight versus
Yeah, wits and
charisma
insight. And
and
either I would actually say manipulation and persuade or subterfuge.
yeah.
Okay, I roll that as well.
So just to be clear, Bob, that means for you, you're doing the manipulation and subterfuge. Everybody else is the wits and insight.
I figured I'd be the only objective person in here at the moment.
Jessica, you know he is lying horribly.
Well, I don't know
Batman!
that quite yet.
Oh,
wait, yeah, I do.
Well, that wasn't me.
Joseph, you are flipping your fucking shit right now. Feel free to roleplay that. I know you know how this goes well, so
So-
go.
So yeah, so this table, I only splintered it, right?
Well, I mean that like it broke and like legs splintered off, like the actual like eating surface like broke into pieces, like splinters of wood, essentially. So basically, there's like a bunch of potential stakes in the middle of the room, and you guys have a Bruja frenzy. So just to set kind of a little bit of risk assessment there.
Yep.
A brew
I grab a table
lovely,
leg
so-
and I fling it as hard as I can at one wall.
Oh, I make sure I'm not near that wall.
Can't lying there.
Can I start making a campfire?
No!
I also rouse the blood for prowess as I'm doing this now if I'm frenzying.
I didn't think you could use discipline during frenzy.
Oh, you can most certainly do potence.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You can also choose to try to suppress this frenzy. I mean, you don't have to. I'm just okay.
4 successes for the first table leg I threw.
Yeah, so you
If-
hit the wall quite successfully.
If you
I
don't
tried-
resist, you better restrain him.
You all see him pick up a piece of splintered wood from the table and fucking chuck it across the room into a wall. It buries itself quite easily in the drywall.
I want to step around behind him and try and calm him down.
I was
I'm-
trying to straight up grab him to restrain him so he doesn't do any more shit.
Well, I'm gonna kind of do. I don't want him to throw another stake. You know. I have melee as an athletics. I don't know what that will fall under. I'm streetwise, and I'm a boxer.
If you're talking him down, that's going to be more of like a charisma and persuasion kind of
Okay.
role. Though, like, if you wanted to make an argument for something else, I mean, like, you could also do like intimidation, stuff like. Oh god.
Father Torn, like Joseph. Come on, man! You're destroying Victor's prop.
Before you get to that, I want to know how this messy critical comes into play in this.
I don't know what that means.
So that means that you are doing very well at doing what you're attempting to do, but the beast kind of comes to the top a little bit, and you kind of lose a little bit of control as you succeed at it.
So I
So,
grab the
as-
stake from him and slam it down, and then talk him down.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that works. So, like, as you approach and you're like, come on, like, you need to calm down.
Calm the
everything.
fuck
You
down.
Yeah, exactly. He's not, and you just fucking escalate it. The beast is, like, pushing at your heart, and you can feel that kind of, like, warm anger rising through you as you like, snatch the piece of wood, like you said.
I haven't been in a good boxing match lately, but yes, I take the piece of wood and slam it down and come on! We gotta control ourselves better than this. As I'm starting to lose my own control. Yes.
I'm
And
ready
then-
to grab
Should I
somebody just
roll
in
my
case.
willpower?
Yes, exactly. I was
Fail!
gonna say roll willpower.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck.
Oh my.
Remember when we were saying animalism is an important discipline? It has a
Yeah.
nice
I don't have
little
Quell the
power
Beast.
that lets you,
What?
quell the beast.
I don't have it.
While everyone is distracted by the Bruja frenzying, I am just going to be invisible.
So Joseph Beast tried to come out, mine bared itself up, and does this mean Joseph Beast cowers back?
So what's happening here, storyteller?
Well, I mean, you were rolling the willpower to try to suppress the frenzy, and it was not successful.
Oh, I thought that was
So-
to suppress me.
I mean, Torrens.
Or were you trying to resist him or resist the frenzy?
Well, the frenzy. I figured since he was trying to talk me down and got those successes, I would try to resist the frenzy. I mean, another option I'm pretty sure is Torn could try to make eye contact with me and compel me.
Yeah, that could potentially work.
Yeah, with a messy critical, I might get his eye contact just because I became a slight threat in the room.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have his attention right now. That's
Yeah.
part of why, like, he is trying to, like, resist all of this. And what I was basically going to have to do is make it easier for him to do that.
So I will try
Zero
to compel him to get control of himself.
I'm still ready to grab him if any of this fails.
And I wave you off because you're not going to make it better.
I haven't grabbed him yet. I'm just getting myself ready just in case.
So what's compel between vampires?
Okay, so that's what I'm looking at right now. So you need to roll a charisma plus dominate. So go ahead and do that, and then Ryan, you are rolling Joseph's resolve plus intelligence.
Oops, wrong one. Is that a discipline?
Yes, that is your level 1 dominate power.
And
So how do I?
you don't need to rouse for that one.
Sorry, how do I roll? Oh, that was rouse. Okay, I see. I had to open a little stupid charisma and what? I mean, compel and what?
It's charisma and dominate.
So I think you would press the dice next to where dominate is listed on your sheet and then select charisma. Oh, never mind.
I failed. It looks like compared to his 5 successes, right?
Indeed.
Remember that little thing I have about none may control me? It's really coming out right now, Laura.
Yeah, apparently you can't even control your damn self.
None may control me.
I am not None. I am Father Torin. None is a different person.
I'm fucking grabbing him.
Damn it!
I'm gonna try to restrain him since ain't nothing else fucking working.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna need to do a brawl plus strength.
Hold on. If Captain
Hell
tries to restrain him, I'm going to utilize my vampire speed or whatever and get all the splinter aspects away from Joseph so he can't stab.
I got 4 successes. Bastard!
Damn.
Motherfucker, this is not going well.
He suplexes you or DDTs
That
you.
wasn't really a great idea, unfortunately.
Well, this has gotten interesting.
Hey, Bob, we're wrecking your house. You better get involved.
His house is getting thrashed.
And just think how much easier this all would have gone if he had just told the truth to us, guys.
I know.
Especially I got launched over the couch.
Yeah, you got launched.
If you don't mind, what happens is he tries to grab me, and I grab his arm, and I come up under the crotch, and I fireman's carry him over my shoulders.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
Hoping someone didn't just die.
Well, while he's distracted with Cappy, I tackle him.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
The second person who is attempting to tackle me.
I want to use melee though, because that's my. Or is it?
That's a weapon then. You gotta hit me with a bat or something if you want a melee.
Okay, one of them other legs of the table. There you go, a melee.
I'll just warn you that that could potentially get deadly.
Oh, well, now I will brawl him. What do I gotta do? Brawl him?
Strength if you're trying to grapple me.
God damn.
Well, it'd be a brawl with strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole one.
I'm busy being
Come on,
fireman's
you
carried.
need to roll another miss. Okay. Okay, he's got his center of gravity. I fail to move him.
You should hold me, or did you just dump me on the ground?
I just dumped you on the ground.
Oh, I thought you had him.
No. It's a throw.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you fireman carried him, and
Yeah, fireman's carries a throw.
I feel like there's something I should be doing to help with this, but I don't particularly want to control Joseph, so.
It's a giant vampire wrestling match happening in the...
In the
I
most
envisioned
fucking
me just.
manner.
I'm envisioning me sitting there in my what's it called? Cloak of Shadows, watching this, eating popcorn.
So what does prowess do?
It
Carlotta's
gives
also
me
watching.
It gives me my potence rating in automatic successes and tests of strength.
Okay, so if I get to do anything again, strength oriented, I want to activate my prowess.
I'm debating on just straight up punching Joseph in the head to try to stun him or knock him down or something. So that would make
I'm debating. I'm debating trying to make him forget that he was angry.
and you haven't done that yet because
Because this is
it's
the
her.
training.
Victor's going to come over and get right in Joseph's face and excuse me, and tell him to sit the fuck.
Okay.
But you want to start by using Daunt, am I right?
Yes.
Let's see if you're as good at daunting as you are not lying.
So you can go ahead and roll manipulate or intimidation with manipulation,
What am I rolling?
and you add your presence rating to that. And you are rolling resolve and composure.
And what is my presence rating that gets added to?
That's a discipline, so for you that's 2.
We tied.
I forget, does Vampire have rules about
Yeah.
where ties go?
Yeah. Ties go. Both actions go off if they don't. No one actually wins if it's a contested, really. So basically, nothing changes unless the story kind of requires it to change.
So
Like-
they stare each other down like they do in Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
there's
pretty
a stare
much.
down.
They're powering up.
So I'm gonna say that he's like you said, he's staring you down. You can't quite get him to back down, and he can't get you to back down. If you want to try to roll willpower again, I'll let you do it.
All right.
Whoa, there we go. Okay, so you finally get some fucking control of yourself. Although it's not in a matter of backing down from Pop, apparently, or Victor rather. But yeah, you finally are getting control of yourself now.
And he looks down. Father Torn, why are you hugging me by the waist?
I picked myself up off the floor. Well, that could have gone better.
I'm visible as soon as the altercation seems to be done. Trying to, not be invisible when people are paying attention.
I disengage myself from the pillar that apparently is Joseph because I didn't do shit to him. And as I stand up, I kind of lightly press on his chest to see if he even moves because I'm at a loss on why I wasn't able to move.
As you pressed on his chest, he does eventually move.
Huh. I step back. I go pull the stake out of the wall because I think that if it's on the wall and fisticuffs break out again, someone might get tossed against it. That could be.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, as you see, lying doesn't bring out the best in people, Victor.
Let's get something straight between us. You are in my house, sir. I do not question you on your activities in your house. You will not question me in mine. The way I feed or anything else that goes on in my house is my business.
It's not your
Is
business
that
when
understood?
other people come to kill us.
Yeah,
all you
can
it,
do
stop
about it is
being
run
your
your mouth.
business.
Apparently they weren't coming to kill us, as you put it. They were coming to kill me.
Is this a
Now,
masquerade issue or a personal issue?
It is a masquerade issue. Girls start
Then I-
disappearing, that's a masquerade issue.
Victor, I have to agree with Joseph. You must be more careful. Not to say that you don't have the right to do what you do in your house, but when others notice, that becomes a problem. I wasn't here for the attack, so I can't weigh in on that, but I do know that if people are inquiring into your activities because girls are missing, either someone saw you, has told on you, or you have a leak somewhere in your household.
Hey,
this-
that's what the doorknob said.
What?
Huh?
I look at Jessica.
what the doorknob said?
Indeed.
Feed
Oh,
your
pray tell,
head.
what did the doorknob say?
Oh, there was a little bit of conversation about things and that, and split things and personalities. Oh no! I'm horrible at keeping secrets.
Oh, for the love of Christ, you're horrible at giving them out as well. What the devil are you talking?
It's a secret.
Who told you this secret?
Noah.
Wait. The door. Would I associate the fact that Malkavian could talk to a
So Cappy was asking a similar question in the chat. So I would say that unless you have something in your like background or something where you know quite a lot about vampires, you could roll a cult with intelligence. Cappy, you don't really know. You just think Jessica is fucking weird.
Well, I do have a cult.
Yeah, so you know a little bit about Malkavians. You know that they, like she may not like the doorknob is probably not actually speaking to anybody, but she probably is like struggling with kind of or not like struggling, but dealing with the mental illness. And you'd also know that like sometimes Malkavians are known for basically having oh my god, I'm completely blanking on the word that I'm trying to think of, but like
Epiphany?
foresight,
Precognition.
Foresight, yeah.
prophecy, yeah. There was another word, premonition. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. So
Okay.
they can perceive some bits of truth in the like delusions that they have. The problem is when you're speaking to them, trying to figure out what's nonsense and what is true can be very difficult. And
So
even for them.
So with that bit of knowledge, I look at Victor. Loosely speaking, it's very possible Jessica here had a premonition when touching your doorknob on your house.
You think I would touch something inappropriately?
No,
I don't
just
think
said
that's what he
touch.
meant.
Well, to be
Now,
fair,
if you think touching is inappropriate, I would like you to school me on what you think touching is.
huh?
Exactly.
I high-fived the doorknob.
Yeah.
So you think there really may be a traitor in his household somewhere?
It would make some sort of sense if he indeed overpartook on a couple of young girls. Normally, someone of his station would. Sir, Victor, you have someone take care of your business, correct?
Yes, it's the same one every time. Jameson.
Who else?
That's
Who else does Jameson deal with? Perhaps you may want to take a look at your other help.
A quick question. Wasn't it Jameson who took that young lady home?
No, that
So
was
I
my
believe that was his drive.
Never mind, that's right.
Say that again.
That was his driver. I believe that's Raphael.
So Raphael
Yeah.
took the girl, one of the girls home that ended up missing.
Yeah, the girl, the one that you guys were looking at the autopsy for earlier.
That's for Carlotta, though, Torin, not for Bob's particular thing that I brought.
Right, but he did drive that girl home, so he is associated with some of the issues that are kind of circling around all of this. Right?
Maybe it's all connected.
Yes,
Everything's connected.
indeed. Yeah, Victor. It sounds like you and Carlotta might need to trace down your tree of trust.
All right. I all right. I'd like all of you to just sit here quietly for a moment. I'm going to bring Jameson in and start asking him some questions. If,
You want?
and he
You want
looks
me to do what?
he looks pointedly at Joseph. And if you can control yourself, sir.
Joseph stays standing up.
While I'm waiting, I'm going to collect up the splintered table and like get it out the way.
Torin's getting out a broom and shit.
Yep. My OCD is like, yeah, there's too many potential weapons in this pile of wood here.
Oh, hey, this is another story for the broom closet.
And the rowers keep on rowing.
Oh,
Before I call him in here, Jessica, dear, I need to know what. I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. I need to know what the doorknob told.
But it's a secret. I shouldn't spill secrets, right?
It's my doorknob in my house. You can tell me.
I agree that there should be no secrets from the master of the house.
I don't
Try
want I don't want the doorknob in trouble, though. You know.
Well, what we could do is, well, you know, the worst that could happen is we would take the doorknob and put it on a different door.
No, don't do that. It's a great front doorknob. He loves being there.
Well, if you
I
want the
have
doorknob,
I have no intention of moving the doorknob. He will not be in trouble. I promise you, my dear.
Oh, okay. Well, that case.
oh, wait. Just like you said that you didn't do anything with them girls.
As
Ooh.
they're engrossed in conversation, I drop into unseen passage.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good point. Did you that? How do I know you're not? You know, not telling the truth.
Damn it, Jessica, just talk already. It's just getting
I am
infuriating
talking.
listening to you.
I am talking. Don't you mean you want me to shut up?
No, tell us the doorknob said.
Speak, doorknob.
Rick is getting annoyed with this damn occasion.
This is awesome.
I've gotten half the people to ask what the doorknob said. I'm proud. Okay, well, you see, there's someone in this household whose allegiances are split.
Joseph leaves the manor.
Nobody is pointedly looking for Joseph, right? You guys are involved in this conversation.
Well, I have a chance to see him either way.
I would, I don't know
My
if I'd
point is
notice him
anybody
leave.
wanting to?
No, I wasn't even looking for him, so I wouldn't notice anyone.
Yeah.
Right now, we're waiting to hear what
I'm not.
Jameson says.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would be paying attention to him or not. I mean, I'm angry at him, and I know what he's. I don't.
It's fine. It's just if anybody wanted to roll to see him slip out, they could.
I think that
They
because
don't
I'm cleaning
have
up.
unless they have the Auspex power to required to do so.
Which means I'm the only one who can, and I believe it's an automatic. You get the chance to.
Yeah, you just see me. I think the only way it's countered is my obfuscate is higher than your Auspex.
Yeah, or you're actively actually hiding.
Yep.
In which case, I have to roll my perception, my wits and awareness versus your dex and stealth. So.
So there's someone in the household whose allegiances are split. I look pointedly at Victor. See, there you go.
Also, Jessica will just randomly wave at the door.
You know we're not in the room by the front door, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I understood, Jessica.
I just face palm.
So
If you got some information.
She waved at Joseph as he left, but we think she waved at the door. Literally. That's awesome.
Actually, all I would see is her waving, and I would look around. The devil are you waving?
I don't know. Am I waving at nothing again?
I'm not sure you were at the doorknob, even though you couldn't see it.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Victor does not have the correct Auspex power to see what she is waving.
So, would the doorknob be able to identify the person that has the allegiances split? I asked Jessica.
Maybe. The doorknob is very sensitive.
Oh, wonderful.
We should ask. Well, ask the doorknob what its favorite cleaner is, and we can give it a bath in its favorite polishing ointment.
I could bring it up the next time we have a little chat.
Well, let's go have a chat now, my dear.
Oh, I'm afraid it usually goes to sleep around this time.
I'll wake it for you.
That's what the knocker is for.
If I was human, I think I'd have a headache right about now.
So Victor takes Jessica by the hand, leads her down to the front door, knocks on the door, and wakey wakey door.
Your servants must think you're nuts now.
Jessica, it's not awake right now. Do you want to try to like tap in to your power to see if you can kind of trigger an interaction with it?
No, you know, it does a hard day's work getting turned on by people all the time. If it's asleep, it deserves its rest.
It's probably really scared with all these people around too.
I know, it's just...
I didn't follow. I stayed in the other room.
Okay, all these people minus one.
I thought only Victor and Jessica went. 'Cause I didn't hear Torrance say he was going either.
No, I went. It only made sense to go. Because I actually wanted to see if they really were talking to a Nordob.
It looks like Victor is.
Victor's what?
I mean, Victor's talking at a doorknob.
That ain't going down.
Wow. He's
Jessica
eccentric.
Jessica will kind of peer at the doorknob and then peer at Victor. Yeah, he's asleep. Shh.
What?
He's asleep. You shouldn't disturb him. He's probably, very shy and, reclusive. Not a lot of people talk to him.
Well, I'm trying to now, Jessica, and you're the only one that can hear him. Her. It. Whatever.
Him. His name's Bob.
Bob the Knob, huh?
Yeah, exactly. That's his name. How'd you know? Oh, do you talk to him? Well, why don't you ask him?
Father Torrance is standing back now, trying not to laugh because he doesn't want to piss Victor off in his moment of.
Because I can't hear him, my dear. I need you.
Oh, well, we'll have to come back when he's awake again. He usually wakes up when I arrive, so it might be a day or so.
No, I have a solution for that.
Oh?
Jessica, come with me.
Okay.
We step outside, we walk for 5 minutes, then we come back. Now we are arrived.
Okay, I will take a look at the doorknob.
Yeah, still not awake.
Yeah, it didn't work. I think it's a timing thing. It's usually like right early in the day when I arrive, or the night rather. Not the day, that would hurt.
I shrug helplessly at Victor. Don't know.
This is insane.
Thank you.
Well, we might as well go get Jameson then, huh?
Yeah, there's nothing else.
The doorknob stays silent.
I will pat the doorknob on the head and head inside.
You feel a little bit of warmth again.
We go back to the study.
So, have fun talking to a doorknob.
Its name is Bob.
Oh, God.
Father Torrance got a twinkle in his eye when he said it. He's trying not to laugh.
Very droll, and I'm sure you find this terribly amusing too, Joseph. I look around. Where's
I kind of glanced around a minute for a second myself. Don't know. Was here a minute ago.
Damn, he's hard to pin down. Literally, I tried.
Yeah, he's not the only one. I ended up flipped over the damn couch.
You made the mistake of going high.
Well, being he was a frenzy, and I was afraid he was gonna take somebody out. And you weren't calming him down any with your talking.
Yeah, apparently getting attacked by Ventru did not make him very happy.
Didn't make any of us happy, to be honest.
All eyes turn back towards Victor.
Just squints. So, are we done with the lying and the craziness now? Because I'd like to go talk to the broom closet again.
I thought you wanted to know, as the rest of us do, about who's got the dual loyalties in this.
I mean, they might be helpful.
Well, then, stay here and learn with the rest.
But we have other stuff to do. Like, finding more about this, S-name guy that the player can never remember the name of for some reason.
Santos.
Santos. Yes. Also, we got this, Victoria person to, investigate, and now a mysterious, group of people wanting some sort of change to happen. Also, we've got the split person. We've got a lot of things going on here. And honestly,
Yes.
the neighbors are just making so much noise during the day.
Yes, I've noticed that too. And wait a minute. Where do you live?
In the area, not my house.
Then you have nothing to do with the peculiar aroma.
No, I bathe regularly.
You what?
I bathe regularly. She'll start smelling herself. Are you saying I stink?
The smell, by the way, Bob, is like, kind of like a farm manure.
Horse poop.
Yeah, but he doesn't necessarily. I don't think Bob is, or Victor is exactly, a country guy that knows particularly which animal shit smells like what.
Well, actually, he was born in 1800 something. He'd know exactly what animal smells like.
Oh yeah, I guess if you're that old, you at least know horse shit. So it smells like horse shit.
Yeah, something that he's full of. Oh wait, what?
Nice.
That's a good point. He is quite familiar with this smell.
I'm going to call Joe.
Okay. You can do that.
Does Joe pick up?
Yeah.
Hey Joe, quick question for you.
What's up?
If I wanted to see Veronica tonight, where would she be?
Let's see. Saturday. I don't think the monthly meeting is this week, so probably at her place, unless something's going on in Elysium, you know?
So the zoo then?
Yeah. Last I heard, that's still where she stays.
Alright, thank you, Joe. I'll be dropping by probably sometime this week to visit you.
Okay, yeah. Sounds good. Just let me know.
Of course. I hang up my phone.
Okay.
And I start making my way towards the, it's the Lincoln Park Zoo, right?
Yep.
I start making my way towards the Lincoln Park Zoo.
By yourself?
Yeah.
He doesn't need anybody with him because in the end, it doesn't really matter.
Fucking anarchs.
Also, lyrics, but
But it does seem like a very anarch response as well. What about the rest of you that are still in the room?
Waiting on Victor to deal with Jameson.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear what Jameson had to say.
Yep, so since I'm not getting anything else more helpful out of Jessica, I called Jameson to the.
After a few minutes, Jameson arrives in the room. Hello, sir. Oh, what can
I have a few questions, Jameson. Please sit down.
He looks slightly nervous for a second, but then sits down, back straight, and kind of leans slightly forward as if he's listening attentively to you. Yes?
The young lady that was killed, that someone tried to lay at Miss Carlotta's feet here. I'd like you to go over again for me how you found her, who brought her to Miss Carlotta's, and what happened afterwards.
So, to the side here, really quick. I forget, did you supply Carlotta with this girl, or was this her usual means of bringing in, like, fans?
No, this was one of the parties Carlotta was actually at, and when she expressed an interest in the girl, and I would have had Jameson check her out or whatever and find out everything about her, see if she was suitable. Apparently found out she was, so Raphael picked her up, brought her over to Carlotta's, took her back to wherever she was supposed to be.
Okay, so you supplied it.
So Jameson screened your feeding stock?
Well, this was under the guise that she had won to meet Carlotta because she was supposed to be one of her biggest fans.
So this was like a contest at the party?
Right.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, he starts explaining, I worked closely. What's your assistant's name, Carlotta?
Janice.
I worked with Janice as usual to set up the social media contest, looking for Carlotta's biggest fan at the party. And as I looked into her, it seemed to indicate that she didn't have a very wide social network. She was a little bit of a shyer type, but was, attempting to um, kind of start over with college and start expanding her social network more by going to parties where she could and, managed to get access to this party. She didn't have like a very close family network. It seemed, like typical Target. Nothing terribly unusual about it. And, in speaking to her in the early hours of the party, everything seemed normal. There weren't any alarm bells that I was concerned about. And she just, she seemed maybe a bit almost overwhelmed, I guess I would say. I'm not sure that she's used to such opulence, if I may say so. But nonetheless, it seemed normal. And then, once they had finished with their evening, Raphael took care of, the driving. And, speaking with him, everything seemed normal. He didn't describe too much unusual with the drive that they had.
And did you perform the check on the girl's background yourself, or did you have someone else do it?
I did most of it myself. I did have one of the other staff look a little bit more into the social media while I focused more on employment history and like family and stuff like that, criminal record.
Do I have any skills? Would awareness let me know if he was lying?
Actually, you could do insights with wits to try to figure out if he's being honest with you. He seems honest. You know him well. I mean, he's not the greatest liar. You've worked with him for quite a while. So it seems like everything that he's telling you is the truth.
What was the name of the other staff, if I might ask?
Do you have any other staff that you've
Not
marked
that
out?
not that I've named. No.
Okay. We'll say it's I don't know. I don't think you have any female staff yet, so let's give you
Because he
Marta.
keeps eating them. What's her name?
Marta. She typically helps with coordinating events.
So we have Raphael as the driver, and Marta as the event.
And then Jameson is like his personal assistant / butler kind of dude.
And Janice on Carlotta's side.
See, this is why you need to play Malkavian. Then names don't matter. You make them up as you go. Even for the people you've already named.
I guess that's true. So, Carlotta, I guess you are extremely focused on what Jameson is saying, and you definitely know beyond any doubt that this dude is telling the truth. This is not the source of any problem in this household. And you're like really keen on making sure people know about it. Like, they need to understand.
Victor, I think to search further because Jameson is actually telling us the truth. All of his body language and everything about him actually indicates that he's not lying to you.
Understood, my dear.
There has to be someone else in the household that is actually, well, the enemy here.
Raphael,
Really
your
need
driver.
Yes. However, I think we're getting close with.
Raphael? No, you should have gone with Do Not Tello.
Victor, I really must insist because this involves both of us that you look into this urgently, please.
I'm gonna go find Joseph. And yes, I am skipping out of the door.
You said you're skipping out the door.
Yep.
Are you going somewhere in particular, or you're just like going on an adventure?
Going on an adventure. I said I was gonna go find Joseph. I don't know where he went, so I don't really know if I'll find him or not. But we'll see how things go.
Are you
Victor,
following?
I need to ask, sorry.
It's alright. I was just asking Devil if he was following one of his.
That depends if one shows up for me or not, I suppose. I'm not actively trying to activate the thing, so. You
Okay,
could have me just
yeah.
get lost out there.
Yeah, no. I'd like something like actually relevant to the story to maybe potentially at least be started tonight. So let's say a trail shows up for you. What do you want it to look like today? What do you see?
This time it looks like purple dots that change color when I walk on them.
Cool. Any particular color, or would you like me to choose?
They go from purple to blue.
Dude, you read my mind. I was gonna say like an electric blue, so perfect. So yeah, you start following it. You're meandering, and I'll let you meander for a little while we switch back to the room where Carlotta is having a little bit of.
Victor, it's really important that we, if we can, who the enemy is so that you can deal with it.
My dear, I am doing precisely that. I have a few more questions for Jameson, and then we can move on from. Just hush.
So do you continue to question Jameson?
Yeah. Now, Jameson, Mata have anything to do with my personal peccadillo?
You broke up, Bob.
Your personal
Uh, peccadillos.
Well, she's the event coordinator, so I mean, she's involved in terms of drawing up a good crowd and making sure that there's, food and booze and such to keep them happy. As far as your personal affairs, not so much. I sometimes ask her to help me with looking into people on social media under the pretenses of ensuring that we are keeping the right kind of image for the party. I just sometimes request special details about how many connections they have and such like that if I'm concerned about a possible, um, we'll say, misplacement of a girl.
And who who takes care of my
Indiscretion.
occasional unfortunate accident? Is it just you and Raphael again?
Uh, yes, sir. I mean, Raphael really just drives me where I need to go, but I haven't shared extremely particular details with him about what has happened. But he does probably have some idea of what I'm doing with the packages.
And is it necessary for you to tell Marta about
Bob, I'm gonna have.
is it necessary for you to tell Marta about these accidents?
It has never come up before. She's really concerned more about setting the, right uh, mood and environment for the party, not so much about particular people there, unless they're famous.
Understood.
Is this still with Torin in the room?
What?
As long as you wanted to be in the room and he hasn't mentioned kicking you out. By my track right now, we have everybody except Joseph and Jessica, although she was there for the beginning of this conversation.
Victor, it would seem that we need to bring Raphael in.
Jessica.
Yes, that was my next.
Jessica doesn't need to be there. I took the merit that OOC is actually available. Oh no. Oh wait, that's the last version.
Very well, Jameson. Thank you. If you think, do you think you could find Raphael for me?
Yes, I saw him as I was coming here to speak with you. We had talked for a minute before I continued on. I'll see if he's still about.
Okay. I'm just curious. Where was?
You cut out. I just heard where was.
Just curious, Jameson. Where was he when you saw him?
He was in the staff room, like usual.
Okay. Well, if you could just send him in here for me, I'd appreciate it, sir.
Certainly.
I want to set up the kneel down confessional screen so that when he steps in, he can kneel down so he can be hidden. I'm kidding.
So he steps away to go look for Raphael. The rest of you are left in the room. Carlotta, you've probably started to calm down a bit now, especially now that he's finally stopped questioning him and moved on. So,
That was interesting. Carlotta is convinced that he is telling the truth. I have no reason to believe he is not.
I've known Jameson a very long time. I had no doubts about his loyalty, but it needed to be said for the rest.
A personal question. Are your humans bonded to
I'm not out of game. I'm not sure what.
if like
no, I don't think so. I don't think you have enough retainers to call them all that. Yeah, no, you don't. So this is more, these are just people that you pay. This guy likes job security and you're pretty generous, so it's not so much a matter of like he's Gould and totally loyal to you as much as, yeah, a steady income is nice.
so would he be able to compel Raphael to tell the truth?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
So if he is not, if these are normal humans, would compelling them to tell the truth work?
Yes, but compel, the tricky thing is, compel, I believe, is like a short command. So, like, you can only really give a sentence. So, like, you're only going to be able to, like, reasonably do so much, I think.
So we could say, are you lying, yes or no?
Yeah, you could probably do that, but then you might run into the trouble of, like, trying to parse out then the exact details might not come from compelling.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
What about mesmerize?
That one I think would give you a lot more play. Let me look over that one. Which one is that? Is that dominate or
I think.
dominate? Yeah, okay, that's right. Issue complex commands. Yeah, so that would be a better power for trying to parse out the details of like, okay, you've told me all of this. You've said that you lied. What's the lie? You know, what exactly have you done? This would give you a little bit of time to kind of sit and just get them to, they'd be almost like in a trance and like immediately start telling you, like, oh yeah, you know, this is what happened, blah, 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 blah. You know, like they wouldn't especially a mortal, wouldn't be able to reasonably resist that.
Okay, cool.
There are also presence powers that could be used in this same way. And I'm just kind of saying that just for people who maybe aren't as familiar, so that you can. I'm going to try to think about examples where I can say, like, oh, here's a place where you could have done something like this. So.
Well, I have awe and daunt, and I don't think that would either one of those be appropriate for this.
I mean, it could depend. Awe would help you. I think it's like persuasion type roles and stuff like that. So if you were persuading him that like it's really in his best interest to just tell you the truth now, because you're just like you're gonna figure it out. He might as well come clean and maybe he'll be a little bit more merciful, could be an example. And then the other one was Daunt, right? So then you could use that in a similar way that you used it with Joseph, where you're kind of like, look, I can fucking kill you if I want to. You might as well just tell me, or, who knows what the hell I'm going to put you through to find out, right? So there are ways you could use those. It just wouldn't be quite so direct as, here, just you have to tell me the truth. I basically have kind of control of you right now and can give you these commands that will have you kind of just spilling the truth immediately. So there's different ways.
Okay.
I mean, there's also just beating the shit out of somebody. Sometimes that'll get you the truth. But that's not really your style if you look at your powers.
No. No, if I wanted to do that, if I wanted that done, I'd have Joseph.
Exactly. You don't need to get your own hands dirty. You start to realize that you thought that Raphael would be here by now. But maybe he's in the bathroom or something.
Do I know what Raphael looks like?
I mean,
Well, he was the driver. We've all ridden together, and Raphael was the driver, so I would assume.
I'm pretty sure I don't know what he looks like, but I'm sure he knows what I look like.
You're not here.
My statement is not less accurate.
So I'm going to utilize Obfuscate and hide in the shadows. I'm going to go see if I can't find. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
why can't you do that?
He needs a level 2 power. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I have Silence of Death there, not the other.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We did talk.
But I do have skill and stealth.
Yeah, I mean, you could try. I mean, it's not going to be like a supernatural sneaking where you're like disappearing, but you can try to fucking sneak around his house.
Yeah.
What's your level 1 Oblivion?
Sight.
Darn, so you can't wrap yourself in shadows to help yourself hide.
No.
Do you want to start trying to sneak around?
Yeah,
Or are you
I'm
going to
gonna
try
let.
waiting a little longer?
Now, whoever, if we think that he's not being timely, I'm going to go look for him. I'm not gonna like full on sneak, but I'm not gonna make it loud. Like I'm gonna try and find out where he's at if I can catch him unawares.
Well, you probably ought to say something to me before you do that, because Victor knows how long it takes to get from anywhere in the house to where he is, and he's not very good about having his servants dawdle along.
Yeah, no, I mentioned it to Victor. Do you mind if I go see if I can't encourage Raphael to get a move on? Seems like he should have been here.
Yes, he certainly should have.
So yeah, I'm gonna go try and find Raphael.
So if you want to, you can roll, but he's not here, so you don't find him.
Do I see any other servants?
Well, okay, they aren't servants; they're employees. I mean, you run across Jameson, who is looking around, presumably also for Raphael. I don't know how many people Victor employs precisely, if he has, like any other, like if the maid is by or something like that, you might run across a couple people. But you don't run across Raphael.
So
Yeah, there'd only be 3 or 4 others, plus Jameson and Rappy.
So I asked Jameson if he has a piece of an article of clothing or something that belongs to Raphael.
I can't say that I keep any of his clothing.
Where's the coat racks? Perhaps he has a coat that he's not wearing at the moment. Basically, I want to get a piece of clothing. I want to bring it back to our coyote and have him hunt the fucker down. Because
That could work.
Well, I mean, he has a room.
ooh, okay.
So all of your staff lives with you then?
Well, Jameson and Raphael and the unnamed as yet cook.
Okay.
Well, then
So-
I would inquire Jameson to show me to the room of Raphael.
I'll follow along.
You didn't go with him. You're not.
Oh, I thought we were still in the same room.
No, I left to go look for Raphael, and I
Oh,
happened to
that's
run
right,
into
you
Jameson.
did.
I might come back with a toy for you to sniff and play with, though. So stand by.
Money. I had to shift first, but I can get a scent off it.
Jameson turns to reply to you. I need to attend to Mr. Bridgeford's request. If I have time after that, I could guide you there. If you want to go for yourself, the staff rooms are on the first floor in the very back. You'll be able to find them.
And so that I'm not intruding upon anyone else, which room is Raphael?
He has room 102.
Thank you, sir.
They're numbered like a hotel?
I don't know, dude.
Get out of my head.
But
He
I'm in
wanted
every.
it to have that luxury feel for his staff.
All right, so I go to room 102. And I'm going to do the whole burglar thing. I'm going to search around without leaving any tracks that I have lock picks, all that good stuff.
Okay, well then you'll need to roll larceny if you're using like lockpicks against dexterity.
You have an expertise in lockpicking, right?
I have break-in and stealth with specialty.
Is he breaking in?
I mean, yeah, if he's trying to break into stuff that's locked up, that seems like breaking into me.
Alright, Torn, I believe that gives you an extra dice. So when the thing pops up, you have 1 extra dice for this roll.
Alright, so, he has like a chest of drawers there that, Victor set them up in each room to have locks so that, if they had any concerns, like if new staff is brought in or something, whatever, they can have some amount of privacy guaranteed to them. And you break into his, and there's clothes and belts and um, like trinkets, like little like memory kind of things, guessing like probably stuff from like family or friends.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Any documents, stationery, letters, sticky notes.
Yeah, I mean there's some letters there. If you wanted to look through them, you could.
I'm gonna do a cursory look. I want to be rather quick in case he comes back.
I mean, you see stuff that looks like, it's maybe from kind of normal like work type stuff. You see some like financial records and personal
Financial record.
records.
Do I see any odd numbers for payments or something on finance?
You can see that there are like the deposits that look like they. Well, actually, I should ask, Victor, do you pay them officially or under the table?
Oh no, he's a stockbroker, banker, etc. Everything's very efficient. Takes out taxes and the whole 9 yards.
So you can see payments that seem to line up with pay stubs that are there because they're their employment with Mr. Bridgeford is well documented and everything. But you do notice there are other deposits there besides what seems to correlate with these pay stubs. But it's just a cash deposit. There's there's nothing that really tells you anything about it. But it's not an insignificant amount. I mean, it's not gonna like change his life or anything, but that's pretty comfortable there.
Still, it's a decent amount of cash, straight cash deposit.
Yeah, they seem pretty regular.
Is there any pattern to how regular?
Well, it started, well, I don't know if you know exactly when Victor would have gotten here, but from about the time that you remember Victor, this seemed to start about a month after and has continued pretty regularly until now. Not to say that it's stopped, just that it's continued, but you don't necessarily have any indication of will that continue.
Okay. So he's got cash deposits from something on a regular basis. All right.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be family, it could be,
Sure.
who knows? Maybe he's selling drugs.
Is it? I was like, is the cash deposit the same amount every time?
For the most part, it is, but you can see that recently there was a much larger single deposit.
Okay. Since I don't have a Polaroid camera here with me, I'm going to make note of the information. I'm going to put his drawers and stuff back in order if I don't see anything else of interest. And I'm going to close and relock them and leave his room.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't see anything abnormal. Besides, did you take a piece of clothing?
Yeah, I would grab if he has a hamper, yes, I'm going to take a sock because socks tend to go missing in the laundry anyway. So it'll be inconspicuous if one just showed up missing.
Yeah, sure. He probably has a hamper, or at least, maybe some dirty clothes around.
Yep. The Joseph in me wants to bring underwear for Cappy to sniff, but I'm not going to be that mean. So yes, I grab a sock and then I leave the room as I found it. And I go back to the room with Victor. Victor. Your employee is not on the premises.
And by the tone of your voice, something else. You seem to have found something.
Yes, just something that, if you were to watch Matlock or any of the old investigation TV shows, Jameson gave me permission to go up into Raphael's room, and I perused his belongings and found an interesting pattern of money deposits in his ledgers from approximately 1 month after you got to the city until now, with most recently a much larger single deposit in cash. By the way, all of these deposits regular until recently. So
It's a well-paid snitch. Wonderful.
well, I can't, to be fair, he may have a second job. Who knows? But there was
Not while he's employed for me, he does not.
Well, then, sir, he has definitely been getting extra money of a fair amount since he's been in your employ. And most recently, he got a much larger deposit than historically. And I rattle off some of the, just the numbers in that I saw in the ledger to correlate my.
Jameson steps into the room a little bit breathless and comes up close to you, Victor, and says, "Sir, a moment."
Yes, Jameson.
He steps close to speak quietly to you, presumably wanting to give you the option of, how much information you wanted to share with the others in the room, and says, I've searched the house, sir, and I even searched some of the grounds. I don't see him. I'm not sure if you've sent him on any errands. He didn't mention it earlier, but I don't see him. I don't see his personal car. So I'm not exactly sure. I didn't see any note from him either in the staff area. I wasn't able to reach him either.
Oh, I have no doubt of this. He's not answering his phone, apparently because he's no longer employed here. Thank you, Jameson.
You're welcome, sir. I'd just like to clarify, I'm not personally accusing him of anything. I don't know if there's, perhaps been some sort of personal emergency. I just am letting you know that I could not find any indication of why he's left.
Understood, Jameson. Thank you.
Victor, may I ask Mr. Jameson a follow-up question?
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Jameson, do you ever have visitors on a regular basis that come here just to speak with Mr. Raphael?
I can't say that I have.
What about regular uh, appointments that he has to drive? He lives on the residence, right?
Yes, he lives on the residence, but many of us have personal cars, and obviously we do have some connections outside this house. So, I mean,
Fair.
yes, he leaves the house.
I'm sorry. I'm a priest and I get cloistered, and I just think that yes, you're right. People have lives. Forgive me. And I
Except for all of us. We don't have lives.
Yes, that's true. But you do certainly keep busy.
I keep entertained. Other people are kept busy by me.
That's actually pretty
Yeah,
fair.
no doubt.
So, since they seem to be having a little bit of a pause there, Joseph, we haven't heard from you in a little while. You are making your way towards Lincoln Park Zoo. Did you drive or did you take public transportation?
I always take public transportation.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, yeah, you're probably gonna want to catch a bus to get there.
Alright. I'm going to call Celine.
Okay.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello?
It's been a while, Celine.
Yeah, I guess so. What are you doing?
I'm going back into Veronica's home. Things went well when you were with me last time. Care to come join or meet me up there?
Um, yeah, though I need a minute here. But I can be there soon. Ish.
Sounds good, I'll wait for you then.
Sorry, got a girl over.
Ooh, I hope you're having some fun.
I was. Now I'm bored.
Well, I'll help with that.
She hangs up.
I hang up as well.
So, quick question. Jessica, are you moving at like a normal pace? Are you trying to kind of basically, I guess that what I'm asking is, are you like traipsing along, kind of just following in his path, or are you making a concerted effort to catch?
Oh, I am. I'm just following the path. But if the path leads me onto the top of a moving vehicle while it's heading in that direction, that's fine.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna say the top of a moving vehicle. That feels like it might alarm some people, possibly.
Maybe I walk on a bus.
Yeah, you walk onto. We'll say that you end up on a bus. It's not the one that he's on.
No.
You weren't that quick, but you are kind of dazed. Well, I mean, like you don't think you're dazed. You think that you're like working on very carefully stepping only on the balls to make sure that you're going just the right way. And so you don't think you're doing anything abnormal, but the bus driver is kind of like, can you pay? Can you pay? And then kind of shrugs, thinking like, something's wrong with this one. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not paid enough for this shit. And just kind of lets you go.
All right. Yeah, I'd walk around the bus, try to follow the dots as it leads me in a circle around one of the poles that are always in the middle. So I just hold onto the pole walking around.
Yeah, it continues to circle the pole. You never quite catch it. So, Joseph, you met Celine somewhere nearby once before, when you needed to visit Veronica. So that's where you go to wait, figuring probably where she'll go.
Makes sense to me.
But like she said, she needs a little bit of time, so instead of Celine showing up, I mean, she does, but before that, at some point you look up and you don't see Celine coming in, but you see Jessica, who seems like she might be. Has she told you about her trails? Or-
I believe she's talked about them in general.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you probably figure she's probably following one of her trails by the look of her. And obviously, Jessica, you find yourself walking into a bar. If you happen to know the area or would be paying attention to it, you're not far from the Lincoln Park Zoo.
Okay. So I walk into the bar, look around. Ow!
Looks like it hurt.
Ah. Ah. Oh! Hi, Joseph.
Hi, Jessica.
I'm gonna hop over. So, are we having fun yet?
We'll be soon. I'm just waiting for one more friend. After all, the fools
Wonderful.
were having fun with their own thing.
Yeah. I can see why the doorknob clammed up.
You know, risked all of our lives, and then thinks he can command me.
I mean, that's his general personality.
It's the problem with Ventru. They think they command things. The reality is that a vampire only commands what he can crush within his hands.
Actually, the reality is there is no reality.
That may be true, given the things that you do.
What is real? Baby, don't hurt me.
Great song.
So, are we drinking? Are we waiting? Or I just got here. I need to be caught up.
I mean, if there was something here to drink, maybe. But I don't think there is. But we're waiting. I called a friend. You're gonna like her.
Oh, I usually like friends. Awkward silence as liking friends continues.
What was the question? Sorry.
It wasn't a question, it was a statement. It says, ooh, I like friends.
So do I.
Much better than enemies, though enemies are fun.
They can be.
And then there's the frenemies, the people that you hang out with that you don't really like.
That attempt to get you killed by their own breaches of our traditions.
That was really specific. But yeah, pretty much that.
So after you guys sit and chat for probably a good 10, 15 minutes, somebody comes through the door. She has brown hair, and on the left side, it's long and it's parted like farther on the right side of her head, so that it kind of sweeps over. And then on the rest of the right side of the head, it's cut much shorter, and there it kind of comes through as like an undercut. She has a number of tattoos, and she's dressed in kind of simple all black with black boots. And since it's cold out, has kind of a thick leather jacket over all of it.
Aha.
There's my favorite witch.
Which one?
Be careful what you're calling people. Don't make me regret coming out with you. Hey, but at least you brought a lady friend.
I thought you might like that.
Hey! I'm a lady friend. Let's be friends.
Let's. What's your name?
Hold on, I can remember this. I think it's Jessica.
Don't be shy. Oh, Jessica's pretty. I'm Celine.
Whoa. Hi, Celine.
She kisses your hand if you let her take it.
Hey! That's an old style greeting. I like it.
So what are you punks up to?
Tasting like strawberries.
Well, you remember that whole shit that James Garrett got us started in back when you were still on this mission.
Oh my god, are you still dealing with that fuck?
They made him a fucking primogen.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
No,
Be
not
right
even.
back. 1 second.
This is what happens when you let a fucking patriarchy control everything. People who shouldn't be getting ahead are the ones who step up. I mean, have you even seen these fucking studies? People with sociopathic tendencies are the ones that move up in these fucking corporate patriarchal structures.
I actually have seen those studies.
It's just the same with this fucking old school Camarilla bullshit.
I've missed speaking to anarchs.
You've been in the ivory tower too much.
You wouldn't even believe the shit they've been doing.
Oh, I'm sure I'd believe it. There's a fucking reason I don't spend time with those fucks.
Either way, though, I have reason to believe that Veronica has been hiring the Scourge, Santos.
Huh. I knew that she'd been skulking around, or they'd been skulking around, but I thought it was maybe the other way around. I thought Santos didn't like Veronica.
Where'd you hear that?
I don't know. I don't remember. I just feel like that's been the word that's been getting around, though. But I'm not exactly sure. I'm not saying that you're wrong. Just different than what I thought I heard.
This one comes from some quite valuable assassins that Santos has been working for anarchs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's been around working for Anarchs. I just didn't think it was Veronica. Nobody fucking likes Veronica.
Really?
Well, I mean, some do, but a lot of us like Anita better, and everybody knows that Veronica has a hate boner for her.
Has-
Can she actually get a hate boner, or
Have they been
No, figure of speech.
Oh.
working for Anita, do you know?
I don't really know. I just didn't really think it had to do positively with Veronica. I wasn't sure that it was associated with Anita, though. I just know that Veronica is kind of, I don't know, up and down in popularity.
The two things I was given were, I know the person, and that they were an anarch.
I mean,
Ha-
you know, a
has-
lot of fucking anarchs, right? That could be fucking me.
Yeah, I was just about to say, has Santos been working for you?
Like, I have that kind of fucking money. I'm like, I'm gonna pay it to some fucking Camarilla scum. Please.
hi? Oh, hi,
Hi.
hi.
What's up, lovely?
I'm not really Camarilla scum. Well, I am, but I'm not. So yeah.
Well, at least we're hanging out with him here, so can't have the worst taste.
Actually, it tastes pretty good. Kind of like stale ale.
Malkavian, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get along well with these types of personalities.
Not a complaint.
I mean, the crazier you are, the better things go. Or maybe I'm saner than everybody else. Has anyone ever considered that?
I have.
Huh.
Maybe you just have a different perspective, and people need to stop telling you what your experience is and listen to what your perspective, what your lived experience is.
My experience is everybody else is paying more attention than I am. Except for the dog. The dog,
Oh yeah, do you still have Oogie with you? Did she like march out with this?
Yeah, I totally have Oogie with me. In the bag. Probably
Mhm.
chilling because, we gave him those CBD dog treats.
So I'm probably gonna pet the dog a bit. Ooh and coo. Oh.
Well, I suppose we could still go in and see what Santos and Veronica's beef is. Maybe figure something else out. Or do you think it's a waste to talk to Veronica?
I mean, I'm totally down to fuck with Veronica again. That was epic. How you treated her before. I would not mind witnessing that again.
We're fucking with her?
We're just gonna go put her in her place again.
Which position?
Beneath us.
Doggy
I mean,
style.
I wouldn't mind that. So she gets up, hits the table. Come on, let's go.
Woo! I'll hit the
Follow.
table too.
Alright, we're going into the zoo.
So you remember from before where you should approach. They aren't happy to see you, but they also don't want shit broken. So as long as you're not, well, actually, how do you want to? I'm not going to tell you. How do you want to approach? How do you
I
want to talk
activate
to me?
Daunt.
Okay. You can do that.
I activate Malkavian.
I start walking in, and I'm like, I puff up my chest, and I'm just like mean mugging.
Yeah, I just kind of do the casual walk up. I'm crazy. Hi.
And I believe it was the penguin exhibit, right, that they're in, right?
I think so. That sounds right.
So yeah,
I'll activate Daunt as well.
so what's happening? Like I said, going straight for the penguin exhibit.
So, as you walk in, it's similar to when you were here before. And you know where Veronica's kind of typically running things from. Um, so you approach that area again, and you see her there, and she sees you walk up and frowns immediately, and she's like, I hope you're not here to start something. I let you in so that we could just not fight, talk if we have to, and we can just be done with this.
I will walk up to her and extend my hand. Shake.
Okay. She shakes hands with you.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad to see you're so cooperative then. So, you just tell me what your relationship is with Santos, honestly, and we'll leave.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, that's not really the answer I'm looking for here. What is your relationship with Santos?
I'm not in the Camarilla, so I don't have one.
I hear Santos has been taking jobs from Anarchs.
Wait, how did you know he was in the Camarilla? If you don't have a relationship with him, how do you know who he is?
They.
They? He? She? It? I'm bad with nouns.
I mean, I'm not unaware of the political structure of the Camarilla. I'm not stupid.
I don't know. It was a reasonable question.
And yet you're sitting here not giving me a straight answer. Just leaning back on, oh, I'm an Anarch, which, all of us know you're bullshitting that.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm not associated with anybody else, so this is all these people around me are Anarchs. All the people I work with are Anarchs.
Yeah, they are. Too bad you're not. Just like you're not a Gangrel, but we'll put a pin in that.
Sure, we'll put a pin in delusions. That works. I've also heard that Santos is working with some Anarchs, but there are other Anarchs besides me. I'm not interested in it.
Once again, I'm not quite sure I believe you. What do you think, Celine?
She kind of steps up and, not exactly like puffs up her chest because that feels like kind of a dude thing, but like squares her shoulders and takes like a firm stance. And she's like, what I think is that you need to start telling the fucking truth here. Or me and Joseph are gonna fucking take care of shit. I think you know that we can. Do you want to take the intimidation roll, or would you like me to? I was going to leave it at your discretion.
Well, let's see. I have 2 intimidation, and would it be my charisma or manipulation?
Probably more of a manipulation.
So 2 manipulation. So what do you have?
3 and 3.
So you could roll, and I could give you an extra die in assistance.
Yeah, that works.
And remember, Daunt gives you your presence in dice as well, I believe.
She starts to look uncomfortable as Joseph and I step closer and take this kind of more aggressive body language and stance and everything. And she starts to look scared as she looks at Joseph looking angry. And she's like, "Look, I didn't hire them. I don't want to work with the Scourge. I don't have an interest in getting tangled with that. In fact, I'm a little bit paranoid. They might be after me. I don't know why, but I have started to hear some rumors, and sometimes I think that I'm seeing something. I mean, I never actually find anything, but I just sometimes feel like I'm being watched. But I don't know if I'm just getting paranoid because I heard these rumors."
I mean, you might be being watched because, everybody's watched all the time, everywhere. It's actually a fun feeling if you get used to it. Especially TVs. You stare at them and they stare back.
She rolls her eyes.
So you say someone's been watching you.
Like I said, I haven't found any actual, evidence or whatever you want to call it. I just, you just get that feeling. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, we'd hate for a poor hair on your head to come to harm.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you really give a fucking shit.
Actually, your hair is impressive. I'd love to keep it maintained and all that, Don't harm it. The rest of you could be harmed, I don't care, but your hair.
I mean, the way I see it is if you're dead, then I don't prove all the things that you've been involved in yet.
Oh, yeah, you know me. God forbid I work for the good of the Anarch.
Yeah, you don't work for the good of any anarchs.
Also, God forbids.
But I think the real reality here is that you got yourself in over your head with whoever you're working with. And now they realize you're a liability and are probably going to kill you.
Ooh,
I mean,
that
they
doesn't
might
sound
try.
They'll probably succeed if you feel yourself being watched. Not to mention, you're you. That being said, Celine, you could probably keep her protected until she's ready to fess up.
You really want to go that far for her?
I mean, I suppose we don't have to. We could just let her die.
I mean, I guess it could be fun.
I mean, you guys, you do like magical experiments, right? You could do something like that to her. As a matter of fact, I think I heard something about you guys doing something like that to Gangrel before.
Wait, can you turn her into a toad?
Though she's not a Gangrel, would what you guys did work?
Wait, what?
I'd like to be clear that I am not associated with the patriarchal Tremere structure that engaged in those types of experiments that preyed on minorities. That being said, nothing's stopping me from doing that to this white bitch.
Oh, hold up, go back to the part where you say that she's not a gangrel.
Oh yeah, not a Gangrel.
Huh? What is she?
It's a good question. I wish she'd tell the truth about that, but I know she's not a Gangrel.
Oh,
He has this crazy conspiracy theory that I am doing many things that and we're pretending to be many things that I am not.
I mean, that doesn't sound that crazy.
See? Jessica gets it.
I mean, if he had any proof of anything, I'd be happy to have a discussion with him. But as of yet, all he's done is show up in my home and act like an asshole.
These fine Gangrel's home, not your home.
She, like gestures around her and she's like, I'm here with them. They don't seem to have any problem with my presence.
And what are you gonna do when they do? I mean, the worst thing is you get found out by your own crew, right?
Well, they spend the most time with me, and none of them are suspicious of these theories that you have about my engagement.
And what did they know about some of your other engagements?
Congratulations? Who's the lucky grooms? Question? I'm confused.
I'm not really sure what you're trying to imply.
You have many engagements.
I meant Joseph.
Oh.
I mean, secret meetings with various people.
Several of them attend those meetings with me.
Really? Didn't see any of them attending the last time.
They don't always come to every meeting. It depends on the topics that are on the agenda.
Sounds like you're keeping things from them.
It's no great secret. They are able to see the agenda for each meeting and decide whether they'd like to attend or not.
Sure. Nonetheless, what I'm really saying is, take her prisoner.
All right. I'm gonna need to call in a couple people to help, though.
Wait, what are you saying? Call on a couple people to help?
You were telling Celine to take her
Oh,
prisoner,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay, yeah. Yes, of course. Whatever you need to do. Jessica,
Yes.
do you know any place that might be a good place for holding her? Rather than having
Yeah.
Celine have to expose her own hideout?
Probably.
You do have the
Actually,
horse house.
I have the perfect place. Although, maybe not the perfect place, since it has the possibility of a person with split loyalties. I'll have to reconsider that one.
So you have a good place then.
Yeah, I should have a good place.
Good, I'm glad. Celine, Jessica says she has a place, as you heard.
Ah, perfect. Then I don't need to go arranging a bunch of things. Should I stay with her at this place then?
That would be helpful.
And lovely, Miss Jessica, that's all right with you.
Sure. Hope you like horses. And annoying
Yeah, I
neighbors.
do. Well, not so much annoying neighbors, but horses I do.
Oh, okay.
Has somebody been bothering you? I can take care of them.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Don't be
I,
afraid to report domestic violence if it's that.
I try not to report myself. I mean, what?
You're funny. And with that, she kind of grabs Veronica's shirt and, starts pulling her along.
If Veronica attempts to resist her at all, I come like full force.
I mean, she's like a little bit resistant at first, but you and I together kind of ganging up on her, especially after the last time. She's not exactly sure how far we'll go, so she's a little worried about resisting overly much. So basically, yeah, we bully her into cooperating. So do
Gotcha.
you give an address, Jessica, or are you like escorting us there?
I can't read.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Celine doesn't know that.
Yeah, so I just start skipping along.
It's best to just follow her when she does that.
All right. I don't mind.
As we're leaving, I look to the other gang growl that are in the room. If I were you, I'd take the time to think about the kind of leader you're following here. And the kind of wolves that you should be.
Oh, you might want to, get a truck or something.
Some of them remark back to you generally things like, that you're crazy or like
Hello.
they know who, not you, necessarily Joseph, sorry,
Okay.
that, they know Veronica or, kind of various comments like that, generally backing her.
Can I make a roll to kind of like have my force of presence inspire them to not want to follow?
I think you'd have to kind of say something.
I mean, I
along
just
with
did.
Well, I guess that's true. Um, sure. I guess charisma and leadership.
Ah, I have none of that. Alright.
Sorry, I feel like that's the most appropriate thing for what you're trying to pull
I
off.
agree. Yeah, they don't give no dams.
Oh my god.
Actually, no, I'm going to blow a temporary willpower.
I think that's a very good idea, but as they start kind of booing, not exactly booing, but like disagreeing with you,
I have 2 successes now, just so you know.
you do feel the beast rise up in your throat and you're about to let him have it. But how do you get control back of yourself?
I take a few calm breaths, regain my center of mind, become very mindful of the moment. And then I let my message be delivered as it should be. Because like I said, got 2 successes now.
So, as they see that you kind of calm yourself, even as they're, disagreeing with you in like a very public, group way, right? Like that can be difficult to deal with, right? But you stay so calm that a couple of them, not a lot, but a couple of them start to kind of wonder, like, it doesn't really seem like a crazy conspiracy theorist type. Like he's definitely an angry guy, but he seems to have his shit together.
But the TVs are watching us.
So yeah, and we walk out to go, imprison Veronica in the horse house.
You do.
Also, as we go by, as my final act of rebellion for the night, and we pass through Bob's yard, I knock his mailbox down.
Go ahead and give me a strength and brawl for that. Should be easy for you though. Oh yeah.
Why you gotta
You
knock the
leave it
mailbox open?
fucking splinters.
What do you say, Bob?
Why you gotta knock my mailbox down?
You see, as part of my failure earlier, I got the compulsion that Bruja get to rebel. I'm rebelling against you.
And against Veronica and against everyone else.
I mean, he hasn't rebelled against me.
That's true, but you're
Give it
generally pretty
time.
supportive of his, shall we say, adventures.
I mean, I came back with a prisoner.
Indeed. And you guys get her to the house successfully. Celine is going to stay with her. And I'd say that there's probably been a bit of time between when the rest of you kind of concluded talking with Jameson the second time and when you guys wrapped this up. But we're getting pretty late here. So I think we'll pick up to see what you guys did with that extra hour or two that you had next time, if that seems good with all of you.
If I recall, that will be the 30th.
That seems right.
That's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll work.
Also, just for a side note, there will be no game next Saturday because that is when they are doing my birthday at my dad's.
Alright.
And I can't do the morning because I'm getting a tattoo in the morning.
And a mom that will want to see pics.
Yep, we'll send you pics.
Thank you. And was loving those t-shirts yesterday.
Oh yeah, I think we were both in our tie-dye shirts.
But alright, you want to give the outro then, storyteller?
Yeah. So, I typed it into chat earlier, but in case you didn't see it, you'll each get 4 XP. If after this you want to please, or if you would please send me a message, who you're nominating, for like good roleplay or creative, actions or solutions, whatever. Please do that. And then just a reminder to all of you and for our viewers too that I want to start doing some more side scenes. So do feel free to reach out to me if you have any ideas for them, or if you don't have an idea but you just want to do one. I'll help you come up with something interesting to do. If nothing else, you can always do like a more interesting, in-depth feeding scene. So for viewers, you can watch out for what I'd like to try to get to is close to weekly side scenes that you can kind of catch throughout the week as little bonus mini episodes. I think that's all I got. This has been the Story Speakers Guild bringing you roleplay entertainment. Thank you for joining us for Saturday by Night. We'll see you next time. We love you.
Good night.
Good night.
Night all.